Hey guys, Dennis Sepulveda here from Remax Crest. And today I'm interviewing Steve and Julia. They are a young couple that just bought their first home. But what's unique about them is that they went from start to finish during the COVID-19 crisis. I think that they're the first couple to do this. Now, I want to share their experience with you guys. So Steve and Julia, can you start off by telling us how was the process? Can you summarize just how the process went from start to finish?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been pretty serious about getting to the market for the past couple of years. Just been really hesitating because it's such a big step and we never really knew the right time. But in mid-March, we received an eviction notice from our landlords who wanted to move back into our rental unit. That put a lot of stress on us, especially during COVID times. We were pretty fearful of what was to come and worried about what our next step should be. But going through that, it really lit the fire. And we had a quick search through the online listings, and we were pretty excited to see what we found. And that gave us the confidence to contact a mortgage broker, and really got the ball rolling. And through the mortgage broker, we found you, Dennis. Really happy we got the contact. The rest of the process was pretty straightforward, with the exception of really never meeting you until our first showing together. But through all this, the best part was we found something that really suited us well, despite the really unusual circumstances.
Awesome. So we met the first time when we met was we had a Zoom meeting exactly like this.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting to meet. It was my first time as well doing a Zoom meeting with a client who I'd never met before. Did you guys have any issues with the Zoom meeting? Did you feel like it was strange or different, or how did it feel for you guys?
No, it was really straightforward actually, but maybe for us, we're pretty comfortable on things like FaceTime chat, and this is the same thing as Zoom because we've lived internationally, and so we've had a lot of conversations online with family members. So, it's just as good as in person.
Perfect.
And you're in the comfort of your own home.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I know there are some documents that need to be signed. So we used DocuSign, which is a digital signing app. Did you guys have any issues with that at all, or was it pretty straightforward?
No, yeah, it's great. It's easy.
Super easy, right? No problems?
Yeah, super straightforward.
Great. So we have to see some properties, and of course there's COVID out there. So there are, I'm sure people were nervous. What precautions did you guys take, or did we take when we went to view the properties?
We were definitely nervous. We talked about it quite a lot, about if it was something that we even wanted to do or if we should be doing based on, what the government was saying. But we talked to you, and we took all the necessary precautions. We all wore face coverings. We wore gloves. We didn't touch anything. We were advised just to, walk through and look.
Mm-hmm.
And if we wanted to see something that wasn't open, we asked the seller's agent to open that. And actually, I think not being able to touch the surfaces actually allowed us to feel like we were taking quite good precautions, and also not just for us, because it was about the sellers that were showing their home too, just for everybody to stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to be respectful of all the parties involved. There's so many people there, so we need to be very, very careful. And one thing I noticed that you did, which I thought was fantastic, was that you would take your rubber gloves when you were done and you put them inside a Ziploc bag. So I've started doing that with my other buyers that I'm working with. I give them a little Ziploc bag and rubber gloves. So when they're done, they just put them right in there and everything is sealed up and totally safe. So thank you for that. So were you guys frustrated at any point during this process? Was anything difficult or awkward?
Not at all. It wasn't limiting at all. Everything was pretty smooth. We viewed some properties and got some good impressions. Like, you just get a really good sense of a property when you just simply walk through. So as far as that was concerned, you were able to get us some viewings. We did some walkthroughs. We knew really what worked, what didn't work. We don't feel that was frustrating at all. Sure, we weren't able to open cabinets and the fridge and stuff, but ultimately, like, you get a sense for a place just by walking through. So there were no limitations really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. So were there any benefits due to the current market conditions?
So that's probably the best part of everything at this time, is that there are fewer people house hunting right now. So there's less competition. We're first-time home buyers, and probably the thing that stopped us from getting into the market for the past couple of years is just that daunting feeling of the competition, and is there going to be a bidding war? And our price point is probably at a really competitive price point where there's a lot of people wanting to get the best place for their money. So not having to go through a bidding war really made it more relaxing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you guys were really lucky that you came in at this time, because there are so few buyers out there right now, and you guys were willing to go out there and put yourselves out there. And I think the whole transaction was really smooth. And we even got a discount on the property, which I think was great as well.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you were buying in early March, that wouldn't have happened, for sure.
Exactly.
What advice do you guys have to anyone who's thinking about buying a home because they might be nervous about COVID-19?
Go ahead, do it. Because if you find something that meets your criteria, don't hesitate. You might be really happy how this process goes right now, with fewer people competing for viewings, sellers more willing to negotiate because times are harder right now. But when you do that, just take the precautions, and everything should go smoothly.
Just take that very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Great advice. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate your time. So happy we were able to find you guys a great home. I know you guys are really, really excited. First-time home buyers. It's a huge, huge milestone for you guys. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks.